Hey guys, it's Brady, and today I'll be presenting on the reliability of human memory. While many experiments are going to support the effectiveness of recall and information retention, others point out limitations of these neurological processes associated with memory. I'll be going through several psychological studies to identify and explain instances of choice blindness, false memories, and influenced memory reconstruction. I'll also be pointing out issues in the methodology of another experiment that supports the increased reliability of traumatic memories. First article is a study wherein shoppers at a local supermarket are asked to sample two different flavors of jam and tea and then choose their preferred flavor. After making the decision, they're asked again to sample their chosen variety, but this time the flavors are switched and they're given the opposite of their intended choice. Upon this second sampling, they're asked to explain their reasoning behind the decision, and in total, no more than 33% of the trials were detected. And even when presented with drastically different flavors, fewer than half of the trials were detected still. This suggests a significant amount of choice blindness for the taste and smell of two different products, meaning the results imply that a lack of recognition in one's own choices exists, even in consumer decision-making, which is definitely important to buyers in any market. If humans can't, correctly identify a decision they made minutes prior, it's entirely possible that memories can be otherwise influenced or distorted. Second article is a study in which two psychologists staged a crime during a lecture of theirs. They hired a vandal who entered the hall, started an argument, and knocked over a rack of machines, and the audience was asked to take part in a lineup to identify this criminal. One of the groups of students were told beforehand that they didn't have to make a choice if they didn't recognize the criminal in that lineup. The other group of students were told to make a choice regardless. The real perpetrator was only included in half of all the lineups conducted, and researchers found that significantly fewer false identifications were made within the group that was told they didn't have to make a decision. And these instructions did not deter people from making accurate identifications either. This suggests that leading questions and language may have an effect on the ability to accurately reconstruct a memory. Reconstructive memory recall theory states that memory is influenced by cognitive processes like perception, beliefs, or other outside stimuli. In this case, it'll be a coercive line of instructions or questioning. Research also suggests that cognitive processes and outside influences can inject a fabricated memory into the mind under certain circumstances. This is backed up by modern DNA technology, which has found that mistaken identifications are the leading cause of wrongful convictions, and nearly 80% of later overturned convictions in a 2008 study had at least one mistaken eyewitness involved. Last article we're looking at here is a survey on people within the first week after the 9/11 terrorist attack in 2001, asking about the circumstances under which they first learned about the attack, as well as the details of the attack itself. They were surveyed sequentially over a 10-year period in order to observe their long-term retention of the event. Researchers found that there was a rapid forgetting within that first year after the event. However, it did not significantly change after that over the 10-year period following. It's found that responses that were inconsistent with the initial responses did not change thereafter. So basically here, the article supports the existence of flashbulb memories, basically traumatic experiences that are believed to be better stored and recollected than other memories. However, I find the accuracy of the memories in this experiment has less to do with the significance of the event itself and more to do with the fact that the participants are repeating their account of the moment they heard about the attack over a 10-year period over and over again. It's a known phenomenon that repetition is going to increase one's ability to recall information. So I find that the methodology in this experiment is a little too problematic to make any real generalization about the reliability of certain memories that are traumatic or the existence of flashbulb memories at all. Final takeaways here. While many studies argue that human memory is a trustworthy system, there's a lot of studies that are going to identify limitations of that cognitive process. And using these studies, I was able to point out instances of choice blindness, false memories, and influenced memory reconstruction. And I was able to detail the problematic methodology used to draw conclusions that support the reliability of memory. Placing too much trust in memory alone can have many real-life implications, as we saw in consumer behavior, as well as dictating the fate of those on trial. So it's very important to keep an open mind and sort of go through these studies when you're thinking about the reliability of memory. In the future, I'd like to see more studies that sort of identify which neurological structures are actually responsible for what making one memory more or less reliable than another. Other than that, that's about it. I appreciate you guys listening. Have a good one.